Hello and welcome to this Friday, August 9th, 2019 episode of Tesla Sidekick. Now, today's episode, this is episode 34. I might start saying that instead of the date. I don't know. But the point is that today's episode is about finding inspiration in the Tesla Roadster. I forgot that I had that Steve Jobs book behind me from my last podcast, the Apple Sidekick podcast. My point is that at the time that the Tesla Roadster was released in 2008, I had recently fallen in love with the Lotus Elise. I had seen one out in the wild and I was like, oh man, I want that car. And I was like, you know what? I almost want this car more than a Lamborghini because I had always loved Lamborghinis. And the price, the performance, I said, yep, this is the car. The price, performance, the looks, I want a Lotus Elise. The Roadster came out and I was interested in it, but it was so expensive. It inspired me to want to convert a car to electric, but that was about it at the time. So when I look at the Lotus Elise versus the Roadster, and I look at finding inspiration in the original Tesla Roadster, I find a lot of it. It's not just like a little bit like, oh, it's a good looking car. No, you look at that car, you look at videos, that was a prototype. That was their prototype. And then they came out with the Model S, and then they came out with the Model X and the Model 3. And now the Model 3 is making so many strides with manufacturing improvements with Model Y and Model 3 and what they've built. Now they've got the two price tiers. The Model S and X are higher price tiers. There's so much inspiration in the original Roadster. They took a car that they thought was going to be easy to retrofit. It was a disaster. It was so much work. It didn't work as they had planned, and they did it. They just pushed through, and now they are producing a lot of Model 3s, and a lot of people want them, and they're safe. They're one of the safest cars out there, if not the safest car. And it's all I want my wife to be able to drive. So it's a priority. And that's why I'm investing my time and energy in Tesla with these podcasts and with creating content and helping people understand why Tesla, why buy a Model 3, why buy into Tesla stock. I don't own any Tesla stock, but I intend to purchase it in the future, investing in the company, investing in the future. It's just how you invest. That's what investing is. I'm also going to be investing in real estate. That's a big part of my own business. But Tesla products are more than just the cars. There's the Tesla solar roof. I find so much inspiration looking at that original Roadster because the original Roadster really was about the transition to sustainable energy. It was like a rich man's car. It wasn't like quite realistic. It was just kind of, let's do something. And that's what I'm doing with the Happy Hero Studio. You can learn more about the Happy Hero Studio at happyherostudio.com. Happy Hero Studio is a way for you to design the life you want, to design anything you want, really. It is a machine that helps you make the machine. You can literally build a whole nother studio with it. Of course, you might have to outsource some parts, but that's the point of Happy Hero Spaces, Happy Hero Village, Happy Hero City. The Happy Hero Space is basically the shell that the Happy Hero Studio is in. Happy Hero Studio, more details are at happyherostudio.com. But my point is, I was inspired by the Tesla Roadster to create the Happy Hero Studio. I was inspired to create a product that was expensive, but can showcase what this tiny space can do, that can showcase what manufactured space can be, that can showcase the kind of lifestyle you can create with a Happy Hero Studio. So I appreciate you. Thank you for another episode of Tesla Sidekick.